Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about whether or not Melvin Guillard's career was a bust or not. And more specifically, I'll be talking about his UFC career more so than just his overall career. But I still will talk about his overall career a little bit, but more so just focus on his UFC career. And now let's just get into the video. Most times when people consider somebody's career to be a bust or successful, like really when somebody considers somebody's career like a success, like a definite success, you see that they won a title. That's just kind of like the general perspective of people, like maybe even the casual perspective, because people don't really just only see the gold is the only like thing that is like considered successful, or that's the highest thing you could achieve is the gold. Then after that, it's just like legend status and defending multiple times or winning multiple belts and multiple weight classes. But most times people see the true measure of success is winning the belt. But I don't really particularly see it that way, because there's many other ways you can have success. Definitely many other ways you can have monetary success more so than just winning the belt. And there's more, I think most fighters really never actually win the belt. A lot of fighters never challenge for the belt. But just by having success, I think there's stuff like there's still success in having success, like winning fights, going on winning streaks, having different records, or just being around like in the UFC a long period of time. So let's get into it. Melvin Guillard was in the UFC for almost like 9 years, maybe 10. Definitely because he was an Ultimate Fighter as well. So it's kind of, you could definitely say he was around there in the UFC for around 9 to 10 years. And he was like a staple fighter of the UFC. He wasn't just somebody that was on the roster. He was a big name. He headlined several events. He had several big wins, several impressive performances. He's actually one of the most feared people in the lightweight division, definitely on the feet. People saw him as like basically the best striker. They saw that he had a weakness for grapplers getting taken down, and his submission defense wasn't the best. But he definitely was like an athletically gifted, like scary on the feet, fast, serious power. And his records show it because he had the most knockout TKOs in lightweight history still to this day. And he's been out of UFC for about 5, 6 years now. But would I consider his career a bust? I wouldn't necessarily consider his career a bust, because I think he went 12-9 overall in the UFC. At one point, was on a 5-fight winning streak, was definitely in the contention to win the title. I mean, not win the title, but contention to challenge for the title. Then Joe Lozon stopped that. There are several times he had a decent momentum, then he lost. Most times it's due to submission. I think the Joe Lozon fight, he just got clipped and he got submitted, but still, you can't really blame that on the luck or this. He lost. That was a clear, clean loss. He lost. He got clipped, didn't respond to it well, got submitted in typical Melvin Guillard fashion. He didn't really do the proper defense, like, and then respond well in the situation, and he lost. Nate Diaz fight, he was on like a 3-fight winning streak. That was before his 5-fight winning streak. And then like he fought Nate Diaz. I think he was hitting Nate Diaz some good punches, but Nate Diaz took his punches and started hitting him back and stuff, tagging him up. Melvin Guillard went for a takedown, got caught in the guillotine choke, and that was wraps. Several points in career, I think most of his UFC losses came to submission. I think more so when Melvin Guillard started to fail, like now it's going to outside the UFC. I think one more part where Melvin Guillard really started to fail in his career, and like now where he's at, like where you think it's like he's not really recovering anymore. This is where his career is going to go. He might get some more wins here and there, but as far as ever challenging for a major title in any league, whether it be Bellator or any league outside of the UFC, it kind of seems like far-fetched that he'll ever win a title, because he can't really stick to a weight class. He's at middleweight now, at welterweight, where I don't think he's best suited. He never really improved his game, and I think he's actually starting to lose a lot of like talent and skill as he gets older, and his technique's not really getting sharper, and maybe his mental state's not in the best place either, and his health and all that stuff. So it's like all on the decline. But more so, like what I said, where he started failing his career. Because when at first we saw Melvin Guillard, everybody was scared of his striking, his power, his speed, his athleticism. So, but they were like, oh, I could take him down, submit him. And Melvin Guillard pretty much stuck to that. Like, he never really tried to truly improve on those skills and become as well-rounded as he could be, like a lot of other fighters do. When they lose by submission, they just go back, or they lose by maybe knockout, a certain punch, or a certain takedown, or a certain decision. They'll go back and try to improve on that area so they'll be better next time. But with me, it feel like Melvin Guillard and some other fighters, just like Melvin Guillard, they feel that they're so scary on the feet that if they get submitted on the ground, it's like all he did was submit me, so he didn't beat me on the feet. So they get stuck in that mindset that they're still so scary on the feet that a submission loss doesn't do anything to them, and it really doesn't. Like especially fighters like that, because people still will be so scared that they're striking, they'll be able to say, I'm the best striker, I just got submitted. So it's something they can lean back on and look at it, show you their knockouts, but don't like then try to hide the submissions. Just pass them off as like, I'm still the best striker. Then eventually, like the whole sport started to catch on. It's constantly involved, and I think even at this point, a lot of strikers are like even better than Melvin Guillard at his best when he had all his athleticism. I think their technique has gotten better. Maybe not as athletic as he was back then, but it's still, I think as far as technique, I think their technique has improved and caught up. Back then, the striking wasn't as good as it is now, nowhere near as good as now, and so he stood out even more. So I think more so than just him getting bad, I think the strikers are improving, and he's fighting some very tough people still outside the UFC in weight mismatches and all that stuff. So that's still off the point. But as far as, just to get back to the topic, as far as Melvin Guillard goes, I think he was not a bust. I don't think he was a bust. I think he made a lot of money in UFC. Maybe not like McGregor money, maybe not this person money, but I think he made several $100,000 in the UFC, and that's a success. A lot of UFC fighters don't even like become names. They might have one or two fights in the UFC and then fall off the roster, fall out the radar, never like you don't remember them afterwards. But Melvin Guillard, you remember Melvin Guillard. You know who Melvin Guillard is if you watch the UFC, especially back in like 2006, 2007 till now. You know who Melvin Guillard is. He was a big name, definitely not somebody that was just like a no name. He was a big name in the league. He won several different fights. He beat several different big name opponents, and he was in big fights. Even though if you don't win a big fight, you were in a big fight. So he had momentum. He was in talks for like challenging for the lightweight title, but he never actually got to challenge for the title. So still just being able to be that successful, having a record for knockouts in the lightweight division, having a positive record after being in the UFC for about basically 10 years, 12-9. Not the prettiest record, but still a very successful record. A lot of people in the UFC that even been champions have almost negative records or even negative records. And he's been around, he was in the UFC for a long time and managed to stay positive. And like, that's a war. Plus, I mean, that's a success to me. He was in the UFC, big name, won some big fights, lost some big fights as well, made some money and made his name. So to me, that's a success in my book. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.